Legends of the world. Chupacabra. Chupacabra is an animal whose name in translation from Spanish means goat vampire or sucking goats. It is a mythical creature that is not known to science, but stories about it periodically appear in the news in the media of different countries, as well as in urban legends. Although many eyewitness accounts suggest that this character is real, no chupacabra has yet been caught and studied by scientists. Who is a chupacabra? The debate about whether the chupacabra exists or not is still relevant. However, it is already known about the mores of the animal. There is a fairly detailed description of the behavior of the mythical creature and its taste preferences. Animal chupacabra hunts domestic animals, mainly goats, but sometimes attacks rabbits or chickens or even cows, which sucked blood. Chupacabra does not eat meat, contenting itself with exsanguinating the carcasses of dead animals. Leads an exclusively nocturnal lifestyle, which allows us to say that the beast sees well in the dark. In one night, the creature can kill several dozen animals at once, so there is every reason to assume that it is able to stealthily sneak up on its victim, has impressive agility and strength. The most common victims of the chupacabra are goats. Chupacabra easily opens cages with pets, which shows the cunning and lively mind of this creature. It also avoids meetings with humans, but whether there is a chupacabra or not is best told by its multiple victims found in more than 10 countries around the world, located, moreover, in different climatic zones. Chupacabra attacks on humans are extremely rare and they are caused mainly by an unexpected encounter. Probably, the animal decides to defend itself and therefore behaves so aggressively. But usually the beast finds ways to avoid meeting a person. In the daytime, the chupacabra finds hidden shelters where it sleeps off. No encounters with it during daylight hours have been recorded. Disputes, who is the chupacabra and how it looks, for the most part caused by contradictions of eyewitnesses describing this animal. However, most witnesses describe the following features of the appearance of the creature. The chupacabra is about the size of a medium-sized dog. In length, the body of the monster reaches 150 centimeters. The creature has large fangs, with which it kills its victims. The animal's face has a repulsive appearance. Some witnesses see its resemblance to a pig's, other eyewitnesses to a crocodile's. It is slightly flattened at the top and bottom, has an elongated shape. Its body is covered with wool in places, but large areas of skin remain bald, which only adds to the creature's ghastly appearance. Interesting to know. Some eyewitnesses claim to have gotten a good look at what the chupacabra looks like. It has large spikes on its sides, the purpose of which, however, remains a mystery. According to some eyewitness accounts, the creature moves on its hind legs, like a kangaroo. Others claim that the beast moves on 4 legs. In many ways, eyewitness accounts of what the chupacabra is and what it looks like differ greatly. Perhaps this is due to the fact that almost all meetings with this monster were at night, when it is not possible to get a good look at what the chupacabra looks like. In addition, people are usually frightened by the sudden appearance of the animal, and there is a possibility that some features of the appearance of the creature were faked by them. What is a chupacabra? Versions of the appearance of the creature. There are opinions about the alien origin of the monster. Although there is no unanimity in the opinion whether the chupacabra exists or not, suggest several theories of the monster's origin. None of them are dominant, nor are there any refutations of them. The chupacabra is the result of genetic experimentation. It is possible that several creatures somehow left the secret laboratories and managed to survive in the wild. There are also versions that scientists deliberately released several chupacabras to test their ability to survive in real, not laboratory conditions. The monster was created by the military to destroy livestock in the territory of a potential enemy. At the same time, it should attract minimal attention to itself, which explains the rarity of chupacabra encounters with humans. Also, for people, the creature was supposed to be safe, and at the moment there is no any information about fatalities as a result of a chupacabra attack. Some adherents of theories about the existence of extraterrestrial civilizations admit that chupacabras are nothing more than pets of aliens. It is likely that several of these alien animals somehow managed to leave the alien flying ship and adapted to life on Earth. This would explain their unusual intelligence, both for animals and strange tastes and food preferences, with the creatures feeding exclusively on blood. Puerto Ricans claim to know exactly who the Chupacabra is. According to their ideas, this creature is of extraterrestrial origin, but it is from parallel worlds. There are even certain rituals and rites, with the help of which you can attract Chupacabra, and not always at the same time the monster has a desire to return home. Skeptics are confident that they know exactly the secret of the origin of the mysterious creature, and the question of the Chupacabra is what it is, does not cause them any mystery. Most likely, it is a dog, jackal or fox, which fell ill with scabies. That is why the hair covers the body not completely, but in wisps. Also, animals can undergo mutation and therefore have a somewhat unusual appearance. Another theory is that the Chupacabra is an ancestor of the kangaroo, which still manages to hide from humans. In Queensland, Australia, the remains of saber-toothed kangaroos have been found that are very similar in description to the Chupacabra. How a prehistoric ancestor could get from Australia to South America and other continents without human help is unknown. How the Chupacabra has not been seen. There are no unambiguous statements about the origin of the creature. Of course, for this purpose it is necessary to catch the animal and study it in laboratory conditions, but so far such an opportunity has not yet presented itself. The real Chupacabra remains a myth for everyone, although the victims of the mysterious creature for the inhabitants of individual villages are not rumors at all. Murders of pets with the characteristic handwriting of the Chupacabra periodically occur in different countries and are covered in news articles in the media. Where does the Chupacabra live? The first mention of the Chupacabra was recorded back in 1950 on the island of Puerto Rico. A farmer found several dead goats in his pen in the morning with their blood drained out. Despite the fact that the island has no communication by land with the continents, soon myths about the Chupacabra began to spread almost all over the world. To date, the mysterious creature has been mentioned in Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Chile, Argentina, the Dominican Republic, and other countries. Some observers have suggested that the animal prefers a warm tropical climate. The daytime shelter of the mysterious creature has yet to be found. However, a Chupacabra in Ukraine bit a girl's hands during a nighttime encounter. She managed to fight off the aggressive animal only with the help of her friend, who struck the unknown animal with a stick, after which it fled. The girl was immediately sent for examination. All the wounds were treated. However, 6 months later she died for unknown reasons. Whether it is connected with the attack of the mysterious creature is still a mystery. In the western regions of Ukraine, there are still cases when farmers in the morning find dead all the available rabbit stock. In this case, the cause of death is not a disease, but complete exsanguination of carcasses. Interesting to know. According to some farmers, the carcasses killed by the Chupacabra livestock, the morning, are neatly stacked in a row. This may indicate that the creature is stockpiling them. In 2016, the Chupacabra was seen in Bashkiria. The creature easily got into the territory of the farm. For this he had to not only chew through the wooden bars of the fence, but also open the bolts on the iron bars to get to his victims. Farmers often find dog-like tracks near exsanguinated pet carcasses, but they note that even feral animals are not capable of such stealthy behavior. In addition, wild dogs do not lead an exclusively nocturnal lifestyle, and therefore will definitely be detected, unlike the Chupacabra, which goes out to hunt only at night. Supernatural possibilities of the Chupacabra. There are various legends about the Chupacabra, but sometimes even eyewitnesses pay attention to the fact that this creature has supernatural possibilities. In particular, it is able to hypnotize a person, as well as its victim, forcing it to freeze in place. Catalepsy, complete inability to move, occurs at eye contact between a person and a mysterious creature. In this case, many witnesses note that it is impossible to break away from this view, which literally mesmerizes. Eyes Chupacabra have one story, red, according to others yellow or even blue color. There are also no unambiguous opinions in this matter. Monster bloodsucker has skills of hypnosis. Interesting to know. Many farmers who lost a whole herd of goats or rabbits overnight claim that the creature opened so complex locking systems that only a man could open them. Apparently, the Chupacabra has an intelligence that can correlate with human intelligence and far exceeds animal intelligence. Another conclusion from these facts, the creature has developed fingers, which, moreover, perfectly uses. Others note that to achieve a hypnotic effect in the Chupacabra is not always possible, and a person is quite able to get rid of its influence. But pets can do it with difficulty. Otherwise, it is inexplicable how one creature of relatively small size manages to cope with a whole herd of goats or cows. Chupacabra, danger to humans. Most often recorded attacks of the beast only on livestock, which is quickly killed in the attack. At the same time, the creature often slaughters many more animals than it needs to satisfy its need for blood. On a person, the Chupacabra attacks only in extreme cases, when it considers that such an encounter threatens its life. However, it often behaves very aggressively, leaving quite serious and painful wounds after its bites. On the account of the Chupacabra, official human victims have not yet. There are no known reliable cases of human deaths in encounters with the Chupacabra. From the beast most often manages to fend off. Sometimes turning the creature in flight is possible only with the help of improvised means, sticks or garden tools. Also, so far in no country has not recorded cases where the creature has consumed human blood. For example, in Mexico, the beast, in appearance very similar to the Chupacabra, bit a man, but immediately after that hurried to hide, apparently, considering the blood of man unpalatable. Probably, the Chupacabra considers humans to be quite a dangerous opponent and therefore prefers to avoid meeting them. However, it often stays close to his home, where you can easily find a sufficient number of victims. Chupacabra in movies. Chupacabra, video, and photos of the creature are very scarce. The mysterious animal vampire is gaining popularity and is reflected in modern culture in particular. It is not only mentioned in episodes of movies and TV series, but also appears in them in the main role, when the plot of the movie revolves around the myth of the Chupacabra. This creature appears in one form or another in the following movies. The Free Range Ranch, 2013. In these comedy horrors, a group of friends goes to a ranch. The main motive of the trip is not even a desire to relax, but the recognition of the organizer's intention to marry one girl. Against this background, a love drama is played out, and the situation is complicated by the fact that among the inhabitants of the surrounding villages spreads a virus called Chupacabra, which makes them real zombies. The Legend of the Chupacabras, 2003. A journalist is assigned to prepare a story about the murders of livestock and people in a distant settlement. The girl learns that the locals blame these incidents on a mysterious monster vampire, and the journalist has nothing to do but to infiltrate the expedition to search for the creature. Horror Truck, 2009. A blonde girl whose car breaks down is forced to hitchhike to a party with a truck driver. To entertain herself, the man tells the girl some scary stories that happened in the neighborhood, and the last of them is devoted to a brothel, near which a Chupacabra egg is found. Flesh Eater, 2005. A cryptozoological scientist realizes the capture of a Chupacabra on a Caribbean island. He loads it onto a cruise ship, whose passengers are unaware of the danger looming over them. In classic genre fashion, the creature breaks out of its cage at some point. What kind of animal the Chupacabra is, science has yet to learn. There are no authentic photos of the mysterious monster yet. Chupacabra in the photos that have been taken are recognized by scientists as heavily fated dogs or foxes. Nevertheless, the mysterious mass murders of pets continue to this day, and there is still no unequivocal answer as to who is actually carrying them out.